The 12 Greatest Ancient Treasures and Artifact Finds. Did you know that around the world there are hidden treasures that are worth millions? The movie Uncharted by Tom Holland might be more real than you think. In this video we will discover the gems that have been found and are worth millions of dollars. First up, we have the Staffordshire Hoard. The value of this treasure was found to be $4.1 million. This treasure was found by amateur metal detectorist Terry Herbert. The Staffordshire Hoard is the most extensive collection of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver jewelry ever discovered. The collection includes about 3,500 pieces of garnet cloisonné jewelry, almost 4,600 items, and metal fragments totaling 5.1 kilograms of gold and 1.4 kilograms of silver. It is possibly the finest collection of early medieval artifacts ever discovered, according to historian Kat Jarman. It was hidden in the heart of the warlike and expansionist Anglo-Saxon kingdom of Mercia, which was centered in the modern Midland. The place reached its zenith in the 8th century under King Offa of Mercia, who was the son of Thingfrith and a descendant of Eowa. Today the treasure is on display at the Birmingham Museum. Next is the St. Albans Roman gold coin hoard. The treasure was discovered in October 2012 and is believed to be one of the most extensive archives of Roman gold coins buried in the United Kingdom, as seen in the Verulamium Museum. The 159 coins date from England's last years of Roman rule in the 4th century. A museum spokesman said the coins were believed to have been minted between 404 and 408 AD in Rome, and were buried just outside Verulamium a few years later due to their lack of wear. The museum's curator, David Thorold, said they were extraordinarily good and had not been handled by many Romans. According to many sources, the secret stash costs £100,000. The Hoxton Hoard. The value of this treasure was $3.8 million. On November 16, 1992, a hired worker known as Peter Watling lost his hammer somewhere in a farm field southwest of the village of Hoxton in Suffolk, England. An occupant asked his friend Eric Laws to use a metal detector to find the lost hammer. Instead, Laws found gold jewelry, silver spoons, and gold and silver coins. After notifying the authorities, a team of archaeologists was deposited at the site, and they excavated it within a day. The treasure was found buried in a small chest filled with precious metal objects, most classified by type, some in smaller wooden boxes, and some in bags or cloth. The remains of the trunk and accessories such as hinges and locks were recovered during the excavation. Treasury coins dating from after 407 AD coincided. The Kerdale Hoard. A group of workers was repairing the barrier of the River Ribble at Kerdale near Preston, England on May 15, 1840. They unearthed a lead box containing one of the most significant Viking treasures ever discovered. The hoard is an inventory of more than 8,600 items, including silver coins, British and Carolingian jewelry, hacked silver, and bullion. Once found, it was quickly recovered by the owner's bail officer, making sure it was intact, although the artisans managed to keep one piece each. The remains were declared treasure and given to Queen Victoria as the Duke of Lancaster. Before we continue with our video, take a moment to hit the subscribe button to Ancient History and press the bell icon so you get notified every time we bring a new, mysterious, and amusing video for you on our channel. The Sroda Treasure. The value of this treasure was around $120 million. On June 8, 1885, workers were demolishing an ancient building in the Polish town of Sroda Slaska. The prize was found inside a vase. It contains more than 3,000 silver coins dating from the 14th century. This most valuable treasure was discovered in Europe in the 20th century and is shown in Wrocław. The entire hoard consists of jewels, gold, and silver coins. The Bactrian Gold. This treasure was found in 1978. The value of this treasure is deemed priceless. The treasure found at Tilia Tepe, known as Bactrian Gold, was recovered from 6 burial mounds. More than 20,000 pieces of gold jewelry have been recovered. The hoard dates from the 1st century BC to the 1st century AD and comes from the burial site of a nomadic prince and 5 women, possibly his wives. The jewelry found is exquisitely made and inlaid with colorful gemstones. What's particularly interesting about this treasure is that the prize is so varied, with items from China, India, and Greece mixed in. Since the award was discovered in the late 1970s, it had changed hands several times, including when Afghanistan was invaded and the National Museum, which houses the collection, was looted during the Russian war in Afghanistan a few years later. It has been restored and is now on display in museums worldwide. Saddle treasure. In February 2013, a Northern California couple was walking their dogs on their sizable rural estate when something caught their eye. It was a big, rusty box. After pulling it out of the ground, the couple was surprised to see the box containing the gold coins. Using metal detectors, they unearthed 8 boxes containing 1,427 gold coins, dating from 1847 to 1894. Then the couple noticed an old box hanging from a tree and a strangely shaped rock on a nearby hill. These 2 landmarks point directly to the burial site. Its value is a lot and cannot be measured. The Panagurishta treasure. The value of this treasure is also priceless. On December 8, 1949, brothers Pavel Petko and Mikhail Dayakov were looking for clay in a brick factory near Panagurishte, Bulgaria, when one of the brothers found what looked similar to a whistle and other objects. The brothers then reached the mayor's office along with what they'd seen. The whistle was found to be a solid gold ceremonial drinking whistle dating from the 4th century BC. There were also gold vases and gold plates. The Confederate gold. After the Civil War ended, millions of dollars of gold went unaccounted for. The cause of this has been speculated by many historians and treasure hunters, although a few facts have arisen. For example, when the leader of the Confederacy was forced to flee Richmond, Virginia in April 1865, he took 2 trains south, one containing the entire treasury of the Confederate States. After some of it was deposited in different places for safekeeping, the remaining gold appeared to have disappeared, leading some to speculate that it had finally reached Lake Michigan. The Frome Hoard. This treasure was named after a town in Somerset in England. This extensive collection of Roman coins was discovered in 2010 by a man named David Crisp. As a professional metal detector, he caught it. Encounter this treasure when your sensor activates. After digging up 21 coins, he dug deeper and found a 2-foot-tall jar before calling the authorities. After the jar was discovered to contain more coins, bringing the total to 52,503, the collection was eventually taken to the Somerset Museum, with an estimated value of £320,250, about $409,000. Ringlemere's treasure. Found around the turn of the century, to be more precise, in 2001, this collection of Anglo-Saxon objects was discovered on a farm near the county of Kent in England by an amateur archaeologist named Cliff Bradshaw, who found them with a metal detector. Among the objects he found were a spitting cup and a 14 centimeters tall cup. Unfortunately, the tractor probably crushed its sides, so Bradshaw alerted the authorities and the treasure was later taken to the British Museum. The site was then properly excavated, revealing an early Bronze Age burial site. The Padmanabhaswamy treasure. The treasury of the Padmanabhaswamy Temple is a collection of precious objects including thrones, crowns, coins, statues, and ornaments, diamonds, and other precious stones. It was discovered in several underground vaults of the Padmanabhaswamy Temple at Thiruvananthapuram in the Indian state of Kerala, when 5 of its 6 or possibly 8 vaults were opened on June 27, 2011. The discovery of the treasure has attracted a large national audience and international media attention, as it is considered the largest collection of gold and precious stones in recorded world history. Now that we've seen it all, tell us in the comments section which treasure you love the most and what we should make our next video on. As we've reached the end of this video, remember to like it and share it with your friends. Do check out the other videos on ancient history and click the bell icon so you never miss any video from our channel.